got something to say. I got something to say. We all got something to say. Speak up, stand up, wake up, get down. Everybody in the world know you feel. Speak a little more love in this space. I got something to say.
And we're live. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesdays with Montee and Mimi. We are
I'm about to say, wait a minute.
What happened?
All right.
Oh, you had froze a little bit, but you unfroze now, baby. What's up, Mimi? Can you hear me, Mimi? It could be the storm. Nevertheless, we're going to give Mimi a couple of seconds, couple of minutes to get herself situated. I think it is the storm that is going on, or it could be anything because she is frozen. But anyway, welcome to another night within the chair with Montee and Mimi. So we have some exciting things that we're going to talk about tonight. You know, some things that are just going on in the community, in the world. And so we want to really get your input on how you're feeling and what you have going on. What's up, Mimi? There she go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just been glitching, you know.
Okay. All right. So how you doing, sweetheart, over there? You look good.
I'm doing fine.
Why you stop like that when I say you look good?
I just said I'm doing fine.
I know, it's just the way you.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. It was the way you. So how was your week?
It's been pretty good so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far so good.
Yeah, so far so good. I had Sunday is like my roughest day in the bar. That's the busiest where it's like, cause I'm in with the high rollers, so all of the high rollers come on Sunday because they don't want to have to contend with the riffraff on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And this past Sunday, I had the Crazy Rich Asians. Honey, that was a whole.
You know what I thought you said?
What?
I had the crazy bitch Asian.
Oh.
And I was just like, what?
No. Crazy Rich.
Okay.
Everybody in there is crazy rich, but
what's up, Sandra?
Yeah, sometimes it's the crazy rich, Trumpsters. Sometimes, it's the black bourgeoisie. And then, I'll take entitled white over black bougie any day.
Really?
But, absolutely. Absolutely. Because entitled white, that's what you used to. Child, when black folk done made it, honey, they expect like this. You going no, you need to know who I am. And I'm like, sister, I'm happy for you, but calm down.
Well, what's up, Shawanda?
Yes.
That's how the black people do when they.
My God! Yes, it is. There's so much, and then it's always
Linda Carter.
It's always where if it was white folks, she would do it for them. It's always that, yeah.
So what do they be asking for?
Dumb shit. It's just like just high maintenance people. It's just like if you bring me a bag of Skittles, but take all the purple ones out, shit like that. Oh, honey, they something else. I mean, the money is worth it, but it's just like Sunday, I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there at the behind the bar reevaluating my life. I was like, is this where? How did I get here?
How did I get here?
How did I get here, Lord?
Wow.
But then at the end of the night, I was like, thank you, God, because there ain't no way else I'm gonna make this kind of money this damn fast with my clothes on and my dignity intact.
You said with your clothes on.
With my clothes on and my dignity intact. Yes.
So do you think that you lose dignity when you come out your clothes?
I'm not going. Just the thing. That's her folk business. I would lose dignity because if I'm coming out my clothes to get money, shit got to be hard. Because I don't want to do that. That's not the line of work I done signed up for.
That's not the line of work that you signed up for?
No, I
Oh,
just no.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm so glad that you've had a productive week.
me
Um,
too.
you had a chance to kind of reevaluate some things on Sunday. I have had a pretty productive week. I will not complain. Over the weekend, I was in Charleston for my boss's mom's funeral, my friend's
Yeah.
funeral. So I was there, and so then came back and been working it out. Me and Kim have been we've been busting it out. We've been doing it, and so it has been a little bit of a week. And I'm looking at myself in this camera, and I can see all this gray hair, and I'm just like, you know what? I should have colored. You
I
know,
don't even see no damn gray. Where the gray hairs at?
just right around the edges. You don't see
Man,
it?
you got about 6 gray hairs. Ain't nobody.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm 70% gray, if not more. She froze. Good. I'm glad you
I
froze.
know both of us froze. I know that might have been the Lord. I don't know. Let me bring it in.
So listen. So tonight, what's the tea? So I was telling the audience, before you came back on, that tonight we're really going to talk about a whole bunch of different topics, because there's so much going on in the world. And I feel like there's so much that we need to address. It's just it's crazy. Linda talking about she just finished coloring her hair. Linda, I know, girl. I'm gonna get on mine this weekend. But
I
one thing.
did mine yesterday. I became a natural blonde again.
Oh Lord, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
Um,
Nicole.
Nakan, that's a pretty
Yeah.
name. I like that.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so one of the things that I wanted to talk about was I was listening to the radio today, and DC, some places in DC are now requiring that you prove that you've had the COVID vaccination.
What? Are you talking about the restaurants?
There are some restaurants that are now requiring it, and there are some venues that are now saying before you can even come into our establishment, you must prove to us that you've had the vaccination. If you do have not had the vaccination, then you need to prove to them that you've had the COVID test within the last 72 hours before you can actually come into the establishment.
Guess how long that's gonna last?
How long is it gonna last?
I give it 10 days time. 10 days.
Why? Why 10 days?
And that's pushing it. I'm being generous. Because they gonna lose money.
Yeah, they were saying that and it has to match your ID, right? They are looking at your ID
Trust me,
as well as that.
they gonna lift that bit quick.
I hear you, Kimberly. Kimberly is a nurse, an RN, and she says,
Mhm.
"Please wear your mask even if you've been vaccinated." I hear you, and all that is, it is very important. And in the places now, like they're talking about on the radio, even these venues, like when they're doing these concerts now, all this stuff that you now have to walk around with your COVID shot, the proof that you've had it, both of them, as well as your ID, your picture ID, and then they're asking that if you've not done this, if you've not had it, then you have to go take you have to go take a test 72 hours prior to you you're going into these venues or these restaurants or places that you're visiting. They're actually looking at all this, and these are some of the things that they're putting in place so that they can start trying to help protect people, because there's so many people that do not want the vaccination. There's so many people that don't want the vaccine. They're saying that, it's metal you're putting in our bodies. It's a way to control us. Mimi is one of those people that said, you know what, I don't want it. And so, that's what that is. Nikan says she has to prove it. She has to prove it for work or get tested regularly. And that's one of the things that they're putting in place, that you have to get tested regularly, or you have to prove that you've had both shots. But then now with this new strand of COVID that's going out, this new disease that's out there, they are now saying that there's really no proof that even the vaccine is going to even protect you from getting COVID or any other thing that's it prevents you from getting it so harshly.
But it does not. And that's what they're not telling people. Because I know two people personally that have had both the vaccine and had both shots, and they died from COVID after.
You
So
know.
it does not it and what a lot of people don't realize, when you go get that vaccine and you sign all that paperwork, basically you're signing a waiver saying that basically if your ass grow a tail or a third arm, ain't gonna be no daggone class action suits, because it's still really in testing stages. So you are a guinea pig, and really it's giving folks a very false sense of security. Because you still have to be careful, even if you go and get this daggone if you go get that vaccine. And a lot of folks have just been going, first of all, they want somebody to blame it on,
Mm-hmm.
because they opened up stuff too fast. Because what I've said before, when we've had anybody that's talked to me more than 10 minutes now, and I've said this from day one, the only thing white folk understand, and when I say white folk, and I'm not saying they the only ones with money, but the only thing that the powers that be understand is blood and money. And their money has been affected by this pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
because the middle income people are the people that normally keep United States afloat, and we have been shut down. We ain't spent no money. So that's why everything got opened back up. It's not that it was safe. Absolutely not. It's just their pockets were affected. Their bottom line has been affected. They have not talked about any of the other vaccines. You notice they are only pushing the Pfizer vaccine. They're not talking about Moderna, or they're not talking about Johnson and Johnson. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody I know that's had Johnson and Johnson and Moderna are the only people that have not had side effects or gotten sick.
Mm-hmm. I had Moderna. I will say that I had Moderna,
Yeah.
and I didn't. I had chills for a day. I was cold for a few hours
Mhm.
out of one day, but then that was pretty much it. Josiah had Pfizer, and so he really did not have any side effects. His arm was really, really sore the next day, but after that, he really didn't have any issues whatsoever. I know other people that had Pfizer that kind of experienced the same thing. I know some people that had the Moderna that experienced sickness. They actually got sick from it. They felt like that they were sick for a couple of days. I
I
mean, so
know. Everybody I know that had Johnson Johnson, they had nothing. So,
I mean, and so I didn't get to witness anybody that had Johnson and Johnson. At least nobody's told me that was the one that they had. Um, so I agree with you. Kimberly, Kim says that that the mask did come off too fast. They think that the mask came off too fast, and
everything came up, because that's why our daggone governor lifted all their mandates, because they wanted to get people out to spend money. That's
you
all
know.
it is.
And so this is the thing. This is the thing. How are we spending the money? How are we spending the money? Are we being smart with the money? Because really,
Folks ain't being smart with the money, child. Let me tell you something. All these places that got this so-called you got to prove that you done had the vaccine before you can come in there. You know what the
mm,
people gonna say? They're gonna say, fuck your restaurant. We going to the casino, because that's where the fuck everybody has been. That
mm.
Bruno Mars show over the weekend, all of them were sold out.
And
And
those
the
high.
cheapest ticket was $898.
I'm trying to tell you, those tickets were high. Josiah
And
wanted to go.
it was not a empty seat in the place.
Oh wow. Oh, Linda Carter says she's never stopped wearing her mask. You want me to? I'm going to tell you something that I noticed, and it was really, really crazy because when you go into the beauty supply stores, um,
Hmm.
as we are hairstylists, and we go into beauty supply stores, they used to keep all those masks up front. They had
Hmm.
all the different types of masks that you can buy. Do you know that since they have started taking down the mask, or they're saying that you really don't have to wear these masks, that they had a cart full of masks that were discounted now? They were like on sale because they're believing that it's over. And so that's the crazy thing about it, because this is a business that patronizes, most of the people that patronize this business are Black. And so what you're telling the Black people is, oh, it's over, it's over, so now we discount it. And so don't nobody really go to the discount bin because they're not paying attention. But then when you're trying to really, really promote something, you put it in your end caps, because you know that
Hmm.
people are leaving the business. They're right there when you go, oh, I need a mask. Y'all grab some masks because we need
Hmm.
need those. But now they're in a bin that's clearance. And so they're really pretty much saying you don't need a mask no more. So that's what they're telling the Black community, because these are businesses that are inside the Black community. And we're not even paying attention to what they're telling us.
Oh, we're paying attention, but folks don't care. And I'm gonna tell you, because I work in VIP, everybody, rich people don't like to be told what to do, period. That's the long and short of it.
Mhm.
So I'm in there with all them Karens. And they not wearing no mask because you're not going to tell them what to do.
Mhm.
So that's the casino is we're not even at 100%. We had like 300%. Child, it is crazy. They called me in to work over the weekend on Saturday. I said I will not. They said, but we had you scheduled. I said, I don't know what the fuck for, because I'm off on Saturdays. And you have to call me and ask me, am I busy? They said, well, are you busy? I said, no. Will you come in and help? I said, absolutely not. Are you out of town? I said, no, I'm not coming in there Saturday night. It's crazy. And they wanted me to come into my bar with all the high maintenance ass people and the extra people. No, not my problem. And I said, and I trust that I'm not going to be pointed because I will be checking.
Is that what
No,
you said? I will not be pointed.
I will not. You can't just gonna tell me when I'm gonna work. No, that's my day off. It's off.
And,
No,
and
I'm not
so,
coming in here.
so that's the thing. So I know people that the businesses have been closed on Sundays. They had closed it down during COVID because they were short staffed and things of that nature. And now you have these businesses that are opening back up 7 days a week, and they're asking that their employees be there now because they don't want to miss out on this money right now, because they know that eventually, Mimi, I believe that we're going to go back to a lockdown status.
I bet you we won't.
You don't think we will?
I don't.
Wow.
Unless, see, right now, I pay attention to shit. The only way we would go back to a lockdown, and we wouldn't know this, but if certain bottom lines are made, they trying to get as much money as they can right now, just in case. We would go back into a lockdown, but I don't believe that we are going to go into a lockdown, because in that high limit room, when I tell you it is, when I say it, to bite my tongue, and you know how everybody know how opinionated I am, and having to bite my tongue with all these damn business owners, these multi-millionaires and billionaires, I can't get nobody to come back to work. Fuck you ain't at work. You ain't putting your life on the line. Nobody worried about your daggone $12 an hour, and they got to go home to they daggone, got mom and daddy living with them, and no. It's like, fuck your job. Long as we getting this unemployment, they gonna have.
Wow. Kimberly says, for sure, hospitals filling up and nurses do not want to take care of folks who not trying to take care of us. And so she's a nurse. And so the hospitals are filling back up, and that's one of the things that they're
Yeah.
even shutting down visitation to hospitals. Now they were, they kind of opened it up to where people could come in and visit, but now they're cutting it down, and they've even started making it to where, like, these other surgeries, like where you getting these booty implants and titty implants and all this and that, they've even told them that there's a certain amount of they can do now, because the rates are so high that they're not even letting them do elective surgeries anymore for some areas.
Because first of all, we already overworking all of our medical staff, period.
We are.
And everybody wants to blame the people. Because I had my friend the other day was in there getting her head down, and she said, "That's why nobody get the shot." It's not. That's not who's at fault. Who's at fault is the powers that be that opened up everything, made everybody feel safe. Oh, let's lift the mask mandate. Just get on out and spend money. That's what they should have said, because that's what I read.
So listen, Mayor Bowser She is now requiring all the DC government workers to get the COVID shot for agencies that report to the mayor's office. If you don't get this shot, you cannot come to work.
I've been like, fuck you, Muriel. I'm not coming. No. I'm sorry. No. You gonna make me get a damn shot? No, shut the city down. See, this is my thing, because it's all about that damn bottom line. Because her ass wasn't shut. She shut DC down, but they didn't shut down Maryland and Virginia. So we all know this is called the DMV for a reason. You shut down DC, they're gonna drive 15 minutes to Virginia. They're gonna drive 20 minutes to Maryland, and vice versa. So no, I'm not. You're not gonna make me get you. To me, you're violating my rights,
You know,
making me get some type of getting that shot. I no.
so I had that
Then if
conversation.
somebody drop dead, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, huh?"
I had this conversation
What
with
you say? Oh, you froze up.
I had this conversation with Deja today, and we were talking, and so Deja agreed with you. Deja is the same way, and she was just like, "Absolutely not! You can't make anybody get a shot." And I said, "But Deja, they can," and that's what she's doing, because if you look at it, after what is it, the 9th of next month, unemployment is no longer that little extra
But guess
$300.
what? If everybody decide not to get that shot, who the fuck gonna run the government? They gonna lift that shit too. Folk need to stand together and get smart. You're not gonna make me get nothing just to come to fuck to work. They don't. We done already proven that everybody can work from home. So let me take my little computer on home. Fax them documents in. Everybody's safe. It's the way around.
It is a
You're
way
not
around.
gonna make me get some shit, put some stuff in my body that I don't want to put in there.
So let me ask you this question. How do you feel about the schools opening back up? How do you feel?
Mine ain't going back.
So what is yours going to do?
My mother offered to get the necessary credentials, things to homeschool them. Yeah, if they don't offer virtual learning, for the kids' school, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not sending mine back.
You're not sending yours back. So
Absolutely not. It's this is my thing. If they're not safe to go to restaurants, but we gonna send them back to fucking school? Like, do this make sense? And then when we having all of these meetings about them going back to school, it's virtual, which means, bitch, it ain't safe. That's why we on the computer. And people not thinking about, we're not even talking about the older kids. Think about the little kids. The parents that's gonna go buy all these cute little masks to go with their clothes and their favorite characters so they can wear them. So you got little 5-year-old Johnny and Peter in the classroom, like, oh, that's a Ninja Turtles, that's a Minecraft. Oh, let's switch. They're gonna be doing all that type of stuff. That it's not safe.
I never
And,
thought about
and
that.
I wish nobody thinks about, all they thinking about is money. And then these teachers have a life of their own as well. So they gonna be out, trying to get these, because it's stressful. It's stressful already to be a teacher under normal circumstances. But then if it's a virtual, and then the ones in the classroom, and then they out drinking or doing whatever, they not testing them teachers every couple of days and all of that type of stuff. And the kids ain't getting tested, and germs just getting passed back and forth.
Mhm.
So mine are not going back to school.
And so, I mean, I hear you. I hear you. I can't say that I totally agree, but I hear you. But
It's okay.
I never thought about the fact of, with the smaller children, with the different designer masks and stuff, and they will probably say, "Oh, let me wear yours," or "Let me see yours," or "Can I touch yours," or things of that nature.
It ain't gonna be let me touch. It's gonna be like, oh, here, you put this on, I'm putting mine on. We all know I got 3 boys. Boys are dirty. They just are.
Mhm.
So they not washing their hands after they in the bathroom and touching doorknobs, and they
Mhm.
gonna get tired of doing hand sanitizer. And oh, I left my pencils. Let me use yours. It's too much of that. It's too much. Kids
Mhm.
don't think about stuff that adults think about, and even a lot of the adults aren't being as careful as they could be.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
With me being in a school setting every day, I know that there are a lot of students that we stay on constantly on a constant basis. We go in that lunchroom and say, okay, so you're not social distancing, and then we're fine. And it's one of those things where you can't make them get up and move. All you can do is suggest. Hey, my suggestion to you is to follow the regulations that we have of the school. You see where we have these markers, that's where you need to be sitting. And they don't always follow it. And I'm in an adult learning facility. I teach adults, people that are over 18, and we
well,
can't even abide by the rules and regulations. So I totally get
just
it.
think about this. So there's some dumb shit right here. We done seen everybody jumping on a plane, right?
Hmm.
And if you
Hmm.
look in the airport, everybody is social distance in line, right? Six
Mm-mm,
feet, 6 feet, 6 feet.
mm-mm.
Then you get on that plane, your ass is shoulder to shoulder.
Listen,
What's the point?
listen. I flew to Charleston on Friday night. The
Yeah,
airplane that I was on, the airplane that I was on, there were not a lot of people on the airplane. So I did not have anybody sitting next to me or anything
yeah.
or across from me. The plane was pretty much empty. But when I got ready to come back home, I caught my plane left at like 5:30. I think it was 5:30. No, 6. I left at 6 a.m. That plane was a little more crowded, but I still didn't have anybody sitting next to me. I was cool. But when
Yeah,
I
that's
got
the
off
ones
the
in
plane,
Charleston. All the folks going to Cancun and the Dominican, they are
listen,
shoulder to fucking shoulder.
listen, when I got off that plane and got into DC, I thought that I was at a flea market. It was people everywhere.
Mhm.
When I say it was everywhere, the lines were down the escalator. It was so many people in there to where I could not even get out. It took me a few minutes to even get out the airport. And then trying to get picked up, it was even a bigger hassle because it was so much traffic that was going around the airport. And so it's one of those things to where I didn't know, how you watch those movies where everybody trying to get out of the city, like the city about to blow up.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, is something going on or what is it? And here it was.
People now what happens is, and I've been telling all of the white people at my bar, and the Ethiopians and the crazy rich Asians and the black folks with money, everybody that's in there with money. Excuse me, hello, we are still in a pandemic.
We are.
Why y'all here?
Listen, there were so many people in this airport, and I landed in DC at 7:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And the airport was packed. I flew American, and I'm telling you, American, that whole section of American was
Mm-hmm.
packed. It was ridiculous. It was scary.
Yeah, it
It was
is ridiculous.
it was scary. And so it's one of those things now to where you have to protect yourself. What I will say is that, in protecting myself, I always carry around hand sanitizer. I do that. And then I do always keep on a mask. Um, Billy Malloy says, Pan.
Thank you, Billy. But see, this is the other thing, like we were talking about earlier about the restaurant saying that you had to have been tested 3 days prior, proving it. So what if your ass just caught it right before you got there? And that bitch inside stirring up, and gathering up their little friends.
It's no way around it. It's really
No.
not. I
And I'm
do.
gonna tell you the dumbest shit I done seen. I know this is kind of all it's on topic, but it's all y'all with these damn gloves.
I
Please stop.
I hate
It's
gloves.
the dumbest shit ever because you got the gloves on, but you cross contaminate. You contaminate everything you touch. So now you in the car, you done took them bitches off. Now you done put your wallet back in your car. I mean, you know, you put your credit cards back in your wallet with the gloves on. You done close the wallet with your gloves on. You done
Mhm.
put it back in your purse. You done adjusted the windows and all that. Now you take them bitches off, and
And,
now you touch them with your hand.
and throw them on the ground. And you throw them on the ground. You're just nasty. You throw them outside. I watched a woman when she got in her car, Mimi, she took them out and threw them on the ground and closed her door. I watched her.
I'm gonna tell you the dumbest. When I tell you these y'all, this is a special kind of stupid. And if it's you, I'm sorry, but you need to know. If y'all don't stop riding in the car with your windows up with your mask on, who are you protecting yourself against? It's you in the car with you. Y'all look dumb as hell. I stopped at the light. I just turned and looked at the man like, really, sir? Who are you protecting yourself against?
They do, Mimi, and you see them, and they got it's bad when you see them and they got on their gloves too. They got on gloves.
Yes, I'm just like they just dumb. That's it. That's the special kind of dumb. It just everybody.
The Lord says someone said vaccinated people are the ones spreading it to the unvaccinated. It's stupid. It is very stupid.
The whole deal. Everybody just if you ain't got to be out, just take your ass home. Go
But
home.
I still, when I go in stores, I still put my mask on. I find myself still putting it on. And it's like to each his own.
You know what I do when I want to get out the stove fast?
Cough.
They be looking at me like I say I only have a few things.
Maybe that's so wrong. But you know what? When somebody coughing at everybody's head turn around. It's just like
But I'm like, what you gonna do? What you just looking? Like, okay. Now what?
Like, I'm telling you, masks are finna be Kim says that masks are finna be the new way of the world, like the Chinese folks. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. They are. But then this is the thing.
Y'all, they not wearing them.
That's what I'm about to say. They not wearing them. And then they are not selling them to the Black people no more, especially the Black community. And I say that because that's where you find these beauty marts, these beauty for yous, and things of that nature. At one point in time, they had a stack of masks. They were everywhere. They were everywhere. And then now you find them, they're in the clearance bag. They're in the clearance basket. Billy Malloy says, in Maryland, now we have to wear masks inside because of these fools out here. You're absolutely right. We do. It has been mandated.
And they still do not in the casino. They do not make them wear them.
They don't.
All you gotta do is have a drink in your hand. They ain't nobody got no mask on.
You know, it's
and they laugh at me because I got my grabbers. I'm not touching them glasses.
You got grabbers, Mimi?
I sure do. I'm not touching them nasty ass. No.
What kind of grabbers?
Things off my ball.
What kind of grabbers you got?
The Lord, you know that with the long stick with the and I get that stuff off my ball. Them tissues and they already know. Don't walk away from your beer bottle because that bitch is going in the trash.
And they gotta buy another beer.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do y'all sanitize all the chairs that are at the bar? Is that your job?
I do it because that's my bar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not required to, but the first thing I do when I come on the floor, I wipe everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, I say, step back. The bar's not closed. However, I need to clean up. I said, y'all ain't getting shit till I wipe this shit down.
Laquita says, people be looking at you like, why you got on this mask? I get the sanitary napkins and wipe carts off.
Whatever you got to do.
Whatever
you got to do.
I think those are the things that you have to do. You know, it's called self-care. It's called self-care. You
People just nasty. When I tell you, shoot, that daggone that soap at work is suspect that we got at the salon. I don't know what kind of damn soap that is. When you finish using the bathroom,
uh-huh.
it don't even make no damn suds. I don't know what that mess is. I'm telling my client, you better come on me. I got a big old bar of hand sanitizer. I know you don't wash your hands, but go on and you know,
I do
go
too. I
on
got a
and
big
get
thing of
that together
sanitizer
because
in my room.
that soap don't do. It's like it's lotion, but it ain't right. It look like
It look like what?
that's what it look like.
Like what?
Fern.
They gonna put us out.
Ooh, that's what it look like.
Mimi, they got us washing our hands with
That's
cum.
what I said. I didn't say that's what it was, but that's what it looked like. Child, you can rub for 5 minutes, and that bitch, you're not gonna get one bubble on that bitch. Not one.
Ah, girl,
Now
you
I can't wait to get back to my room so I can put some hand sanitizer on.
is. So listen, I want to talk about we moving on from this COVID
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So I want to talk about the baby. The baby. I was saying the baby
Mhm.
for a long time because I really didn't even know really who he was. I've
Child, I
heard
didn't know who he was when Brandon texted me this morning and said that's we gonna talk about the topics and him.
uh,
Child, I
uh,
had to I had to Google him because I said, what grown man call himself the baby? That's a whole nother conversation.
that is a whole nother conversation. So you know that the baby got it was during a concert, I believe, to where he
Yeah.
made some statements, about homosexuals, people
He
dying.
ain't, but he didn't.
Well,
He didn't.
he said people dying of AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he say?
And he said, if you ain't dying of AIDS, put your phone in the air, the little light. He said, put your phone in the air. He said, if you ain't outside sucking dick in the car, put your phone in the air. What? So I said, well,
He
so
said,
I
"Fella."
listened to, no, he didn't say fellas. I listened to that clip over and over and over. He did not specify. Now
Okay.
the person on the microphone, I don't know if it's his hype man. He said, "Cause some of y'all dudes out here suspect." He the one that said some of y'all dudes are out here suspect, but he said, "If you ain't sucking dick in your car, put your phone in the air." So my thing is, if you ain't sucking dick in the car, why are you mad? I don't see what. Why did he have to apologize? Cause he ain't say nothing. He didn't. He did. He said nothing derogatory as far as I'm concerned.
So I think where people took offense to it was that you're not dying from AIDS. I think that was what people took offense from it because there are so many people that live with HIV, and it brings such a bad stigma with AIDS. People have always, and you've said it yourself on the show, how there was such a bad stigma with people
It
that
was,
had HIV and had AIDS, and so for a lot
and
of
it still
people,
is. But the thing is, people are too sensitive.
is that what it is? Is it too
I
soon?
really believe that.
Okay, okay,
Absolutely,
and I mean,
absolutely. I,
and
how many times you think I can't get mad every time somebody say something about somebody fat or or it's disgusting or something? I can't get mad because that's how the fuck they feel. And
mm-hmm.
he did not. And he is ignorant, because I watched a few clips of him. He ain't the swiftest deer in the forest.
Uh-huh.
However, what he said, that was his opinion, but he did not point out any one group of people.
I think we're about to
Period.
play it. I think we're about to play it, Mimi. I think
Okay.
that we have it. I thought we were about to play it.
It's all right.
You said what?
But yeah, no, but he didn't, from what I heard, he did not. He
He did.
didn't, he did not say anything crazy. I
So
think people are just so sensitive. You can't say anything without offending a group of people. You cannot.
huh.
Okay.
Well, I know that there is a stigma with HIV, and the stigma really comes from,
Hmm.
usually the homosexual, the LGBTQ plus community is one of the communities that have suffered the most with it. And so I
And
know,
black no, and black women because of all the men from
right,
that community that didn't want to own up to being part of that community.
I don't think that we can just blame that community for giving it to the black women.
No, no, no.
Some
What
of
I'm
them,
saying, I said the ones that did not own up
right?
to
Didn't
being
show up
a
today with
part.
HIV, AIDS, any of them.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas,
Lights up.
fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in
Let's
the
be
air.
real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Mimi, he said fellas.
You said what?
He said fellas.
You
Did you hear
froze
me?
up.
I said he said fellas if you're not out there sucking dick. It was him that said fellas. And then the guy repeated it. Yeah, fellas, there's some of you that are suspect. Did you hear
All
me?
right, y'all. We're gonna get this thing together in a minute.
I'm good.
I don't know
I
what's
hope
going on with
so.
stream, y'all. But again, even though I just now heard on that clip where it said, fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot. If you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your phone up. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with what he said.
I mean, and I get you. Can you hear me now, Mimi? I hope she can hear me. I guess she can't hear me. But so my thing is, and I'm waiting on Mimi to come back in the room because I never want it to seem like this is just being one-sided or that I'm saying what I feel. But clearly we heard him say in the video, he said, fellas, if you're not out there sucking dick, then hold your phone up, turn the light on or whatever. I mean, and so that has caused, can we bring her back in the room? That has caused people, can you hear me now, Mimi? I don't think. So we
Okay, he said leave and come back.
okay. So I think that for a lot of people that are in the LGBTQ plus community, it was a problem. And I have to say that I think my own personal opinion, I think that it's problematic. I think that the he's talking about people not showing up with sexually transmitted diseases and things of that nature. We can't fault everybody. Mimi, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So what I was saying was that, my personal opinion is that I think that, it's problematic. His statement was problematic because we can't just go out there and throw it out there. I mean, and granted, if you got a sexually transmitted disease or something of that nature, you should not be singled out. I believe that. That's just how I believe. That's Lamont. And as far as stating, fellas, if you're not out in the parking lot, then hold your phone up. So my question to him would be, how do you know that that's what fellas do? Have you had your dick sucked in the parking lot? Oh, she froze up again.
This is where I'm saying it's too sensitive because that's how he feels.
Well,
If he said, ladies, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, hold your phone up, would it be offensive?
yes, I think what he said about the women was very offensive.
No, I'm not offended because I'm not sucking dick in no parking lot.
But then he
If
said,
the shoe fit,
then wear
wear
it.
it. If it don't, say ouch and take it off.
Okay. So then here's the other piece of this. You have a whole bunch of people that are now standing up and saying, the baby was wrong. They've been counseling him left and right. Every like all his concerts. I looked at some of his concerts that have been canceled. Everything's being canceled right now. They're canceling things left and right for him. You have rappers that are speaking out against him. You have artists that are speaking out against him. You have all these people that are speaking out against him. And then we have people that are saying, you know what? Y'all are just too sensitive. People are just too sensitive. And I'm not just talking about you because I've heard this statement before. People are too sensitive. But wait a minute. Let's go back. Because it was just a few months ago that little Nas was being crucified for giving the devil a lap dance. What's up, Ricky? He was being crucified for giving the devil a lap dance, and everybody was like, oh, that's demonic. That's just terrible. That's this, that's that.
I don't like Lil Nas because I don't think he's talented, but that's a whole nother issue.
And I get that, but
I don't think the baby is talented either. However, folks have the right to think and say what they want. And the thing is, the reason why all these artists, let's be for real, because me and you have talked about it, because I always joke with you. I said, honey, y'all gays is that network is strong.
It is very strong.
It's been for a very long time. Them stars and everything are speaking out, not because that's what they believe, because they don't want their coin affected. That's what it is. I mean, when you talk about, if you get to a lot of folks with kitchen table talk, you'd be surprised at what come out of people's mouths. You
would be very
just like I said the other day in the bar. I had some of my Trumpsters. You know, they said, well, Biden is he's racist. I said, all y'all ass is racist. I said, all y'all go in the house, y'all be saying, look at them niggas. I said, I know you do. I said, because guess what? When I'm at my kitchen table, I say, look at these fucking crackers. So everybody saying stuff behind closed doors.
You're right. You're right.
But the difference is, I don't get offended because guess what? After work, I ain't got to kick it with you. I ain't got to go home and look at your white ass, or I don't have to go look. I can go home and I can deal with who I want to deal with, just like everybody else does. But I think that people are too fucking sensitive.
Jason says, perhaps the real issue is that people pointed out the issue and he didn't take the opportunity to simply apologize. I believe he actually doubled down.
But I don't believe, what is he apologizing for? For saying if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot, if you are, the only people I would think would be mad is the ones outside sucking dick.
Well, I don't think that we're looking at the dick part. I think that people have gotten past the dick part. And
I don't think people have. What I'm saying is he's ignorant.
Right.
But it's a lot of ignorant people out here that get to say ignorant ass shit. Right. And they're not persecuted for it.
So I'm going to get to that because like Nick Cannon came back and he said, I don't think that we should be canceling this man. He said, I don't think that we should cancel him from all his events and things of that nature. No. He said that he was ridiculed for having an opinion a few years ago. But he did say that he felt like that this was a learning opportunity for the baby. He felt like that the baby should learn something from it and, you know, how to be mindful of people and their feelings and the actions as being an artist that is in the limelight all the time. Should be able to set the standard. I mean, and I think that that's some of the same thing that people were saying about Lil Nas. You know, when Lil Nas got up there and he gave the devil the lap dance, then it was one of these things that everybody ridiculed. Oh, we don't want our kids watching him. We don't want this. But then you let your kids listen to, and I love her, Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't let my kids listen to none of that shit. My kids are stuck on 90s R&B and rap just like me. I don't let them listen to nothing new.
That you know of.
Okay.
That you know of.
That's the thing, and that's fair. But what I'm saying is you said what we let our kids listen to.
Right.
I don't let my kids listen to nothing that, you know, that I don't listen to. Now, when I'm not home, I can't control everything. But that ain't something that I'm letting them do. Okay,
and that's fair. So then here's the thing. You made mention of, well, let me go back to this part because I wrote me some notes down and I'm talking about who supports the baby. Who was thinking that who was supporting the baby. Ricky says, I think his comments were hateful, pure, and simple. He only hurt himself the most by his reckless words. The wallet is feeling it. He shouldn't be canceled because he's kind of an idiot. He shouldn't be canceled because he's kind of an idiot gimmick rapper.
But we can take kind of out. He is an idiot gimmick rapper, but he has the right to be. And they have, I'm not going to buy his music. I'm not going to none of his concerts. However, what I'm saying is this First Amendment right, everybody else has it. Freedom of fucking speech.
Okay.
I don't have to agree with you. I do not.
You do not.
I don't agree with a lot of stuff, but I can't spend my whole life worried about what somebody say.
So,
and folks saying stuff to offend different groups of people. And honestly, I don't think he set out to offend. Like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna fucking talk about, gays. I don't think that's what it was. He said an opinion. That's what he felt. Just like with the owner of Chick-fil-A, when he was talking about he don't believe in homosexuality. So stop eating his fucking sandwiches. That's all you got to do. But folks have the right to believe what they want to believe and say what they want to say, whether we like it or not. It happens all the time.
It does. And so even when Lil Nas, because I'm staying on that, because it was so many people that were against Lil Nas, especially church folks. The church even spoke out.
Church folk, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't give church folk.
It is. But then here's my thing. Where was the church to support the baby? You had a problem with Lil Nas giving the devil a lap dance. You had a problem with all these other people. So now you have the baby getting up saying, well, if you ain't out here sucking dick, then shine your light and all this and this and this. So who is the church supporting? Where is the church at now?
The church is full of shit. You already know church folk full of shit. I keep saying it. I don't know when you gonna get it. Church folks is full of shit. Period. With the T on behind the D. Exclamation point.
So you said that there's power in the gay community.
Absolutely.
You
can't say nothing against gays. You cannot. Kevin Hart didn't host the fucking Oscars because he said some shit about 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And all he said was, I don't want my son to be gay.
Uh-huh.
And shit, he didn't. I got 3 sons. I don't want their ass to be gay. If they are, I'm going to deal with it, but that ain't some shit I want.
Right.
Because it's hard enough fucking being black.
I had this conversation with my mother last night. And so we were talking, me and my mom, we go back and forth a lot with the Bible. We go back and forth a lot with the Bible. And it's not that, she's trying to say, oh, Lamont, you're going to hell or things like that. It's nothing like that. Let me clear that. It's nothing like that. So what we generally talk about is like different things that are in the Bible, how people misinterpret those things. And
I misinterpret all kind of shit because everybody got their own agenda.
Right.
And every one of us can read the same scripture
and look at it totally different. And so me and my mother were having this conversation last night, and she said, I believe that it's just the end thing now to be gay. And I said, Mama, don't say that. And she's like, no.
It do seem like that, but no, it's not, because what's your mom?
Linda.
Miss Linda. I like penis a lot.
She said, and the reason why I say that is every time you turn on the TV, you got some athlete that's coming out. You have some person that is in power that is coming out. You have these shows now that have to talk about the gay people, that include the gay people. You have the stars now that are fighting for the gay people. And she said, even the commercials, you can't even watch a commercial without them kissing a man or the 2 women. Yeah. She said, I even noticed one of the beer commercials, Corona, they had somebody, and I'm just like, Mama.
Because gay people drink Corona. Gay people do. I understand. Now that I totally understand. in marketing because gays have a very big network. So if your ass want to make a coin,
And so she
you
made
better have been in Ken kissing, you know, or holding hands on the beach, whatever. That's what you got to do because people want to see the bigger picture. People want to see themselves represented.
they want to see
Black people want to see themselves represented. Hispanic, Asian, homosexual. Everybody wants to see themselves,
themselves.
represented because everybody is spending money.
And so she said,
Right.
my mama said, Mimi, she said, I just believe that there's more gay folks than it is straight people right now.
I don't. You know what? She might be right.
I told her, mama, I said, Mama, don't you ever say that. Don't let me hear you say that. I'm just saying. I mean, so we went back and forth about it, and I was like, Mama, I said, the gays have always been here. We've always been here. I said, but we just didn't have a voice. And she said, now, she said, it's just the end thing to do. Everybody want to talk about
Y'all had a voice. It was just like only 3 gays. It was like Liberace,
Little
Little
Richard.
Richard, and
But Little Richard never owned up in being gay until he got later in the years. In the beginning, he never claimed to be gay.
but he did not claim. And what he would say was, the word of God says a man ain't supposed to lay with a man, and that's why he didn't get in a relationship. He never said he wasn't gay, but he didn't say that he was.
You don't think you don't think he was
I
ever in
said
a
he never said it. We all knew when that pancake 33 or 27, whatever that was. We all knew, but
but
because
everybody knew Luther Vandross was gay, but we didn't talk about it.
child, yeah, no, we talked about it. It just depended, who you was. Hey, Mama.
What's up, Miss Angela? So the thing about
We knew Luther Vandross was gay because don't no straight man have no silk and suede walls. Straight men don't do that. When they was decorating his house, it was like a cribs type of thing, but it was on Oprah. This man had walls made of silk. The straight men don't do that. I'm not saying straight men don't like nice shit, but y'all straight men don't do shit like that. They don't. They're not having no velvet wall and Louis Vuitton chairs, and they don't do that.
okay,
That's all.
that's how you believe.
So it was said, but it wasn't said.
So I do believe that there is power in the gay dollar, and
Oh my God.
the sad thing about it is, I think that we are just now realizing it as gay individuals, how powerful our voices are and how long our dollar is. I've often
I
said,
wish the blacks would start acting like the gays because our dollar is
man,
probably a little bit more.
if black people, we people, because I'm all black. If we people would come together and fight like people fight concerning this, we'd be in a whole.
You ain't even got to fight. You just hold on to your damn money because that's when I've been saying this for years. The only thing the powers that be understand is blood, killing, or money.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And not in that order.
Not in that order. Not in that order.
Nope. That almighty dollar rules.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But then here's the thing. Like you said that, church people, that they ain't about nothing. But if the gay people,
Church folk full of shit.
But if the gays that attend these churches would speak up and hold on to their dollars,
but they ain't got. That's the thing. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing in church because the gays is the ones that got everybody come to church. Because the gays is your music director, your choir director, your praise team, and your musicians. So if that music ain't right, nobody's coming. And churches know that. That's why you can go to any church in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and you will not hear one pastor speak against homosexuality. Not.
Yeah.
Which ones you done heard speak against it in the pulpit on Sunday?
Not the mega churches, not mega, but them
But
small.
that's
They
but
still,
that's the thing. Those the ones that's bringing in the money. They understand business. The music is good. When the music is good, people come.
Mhm. People do come.
Because I ain't coming. I done already said it. Don't invite me to your church if your choir director or your minister of music is not a homosexual. I'm not coming. Because I know the music ain't gonna be right.
It's not gonna be right.
It's not going to be right.
I know people. Jason said, "Oh, they're doing it." He said that I guess he's referring to that there are people that are still preaching against homosexuality in the church.
It's probably them startup churches, and that's why they still been starting up for 10 years. Because nobody's coming.
Maybe. So listen.
Because they got their cousin struggling with that bass guitar, and they got somebody, the usher playing the drums, doing, in between offerings, and both of them on the microphone doing duets. Ain't nobody coming for that. And the only people in the congregation is their family members. So
Girl, you are, and I was gonna get to that. I know people right now to this day that attend churches to where it's just family in the church because
absolutely nobody else is coming. And the reason why, first of all, people ain't coming because you ratchet. Nobody wants to be like you. Don't invite, because nobody's coming to your church because you don't live right. Your spirit is filthy. You not fun. You dry and you judgmental. No, and I tell them I'm not coming to your church, man. So please don't ask me.
There are some, like I said, I know people now that they attend church and it's a family church or several family churches, and they family members
And
have
those are
ran
only people
everybody
that
out.
see.
Yeah, because the family
And they draining each other dry because they tired of tithing. They ain't got no damn money left. Like shit, what got to be paid now?
They run the people off because they've always ridiculed them, or they've talked about them being gay, or they've talked about, just different things. And I think that that's not what church is about.
But can I tell everybody else something too? All y'all church folk, some of y'all watching on here. It's gonna be some gay people in heaven. They ain't gonna keep their ass out. God love them too.
That's my,
all. Go ahead.
that's my saying. Me and my mom, we go back and forth about that and stuff. And so because I still got a problem, I still got this issue that I really, really need to resolve, because I will never forget, how people judged me when I first got married to a man. And it was just like going to hell.
The thing. Everybody always talk about that going to hell. People forget. See, people only focus on the sins that they not participating in. So all of y'all that's not married, there's a lot of folks on here that's not married. That's fucking. That's, from what I understood, from what I'm taught, that's a sin. It's some people that's married to other people. That's fucking people that they not married to. That's the sin. It's people that's gossiping about the people that fucking other people and fucking the people that they not married to. That's a sin. It's people that's judging all of those folks. That's the sin. So this is the thing, folks, church folks and others. You are sinning every moment of the day, or you are thinking about it. Period. So stop trying to focus on everybody else and where they going and what they doing, and focus on you. Because too many folks know too much scripture to even follow. They gonna rattle off, and I'm just like, well, have you applied it to your life? Because it don't seem like I done seen you every day this year, and I ain't seen you do one scripture. I ain't seen you put nothing into action yet.
I
got to focus on me, and people need to focus on them. You know, instead of you up there sitting up talking about folk and you trying to impress other folks that's just as wretched as you. All y'all trying to out Jesus each other. Ain't nobody Jesus in at home or outside of the church.
Come on, missionary. Missionary
Yeah, you
Mimi
know.
has spoken. The majestic one has spoken tonight.
I have spoken. It, it is what it is.
We did have
I tell them I got too much to worry about here. Worrying about somebody else and where they going.
uh we had this conversation this week. I had it with a friend, and we were going back and forth because, like you said, people are so busy. They homosexuality has become the sin that people speak on all the time. That seems to be the worst sin that you could ever commit is homosexuality. And it's one of those things to where it's like, I'm sorry, did we forget adultery is a sin?
Did we forget about pedophiles? Did we forget about rapists? Did we forget about liars? Because I know everybody lie. I don't care who you are. Everybody tell. They just be like, well, it's just a little lie. A little lie is like being a little bit pregnant. It's a lie is a damn lie. Period.
And so my thing is, why do we do that? But the bigger thing is, why are we still going to church and allowing it to be done? Why are we allowing
Because
it?
it's a bunch of folks that's punks and don't want to stand up. Everybody say, everybody do this. This how you know you done said something.
That's it.
It's all kind of stuff. Overeating, because my mama just said that. That's simple.
That is.
Lord knows, if I just trying to focus on that, I want a snack now. And every time they got something at church, you got them folk waddling into the church. With them, you could sit a damn Bible on their ass. It stick out so far. And every meeting over, it's a prayer breakfast, prayer brunch, lunch. We having the afternoon snack. Is some donuts or something being called in. Everything over food. It's food after the church over with before you go home and eat your dinner. So it's all kinds of sense. So folks, I need for you, before you get out here and start trying to talk about somebody else's shit, look at your own shit, because everybody got shit.
You know,
Everybody.
Mimi, like, listen, that has been one of the main conversations that has been coming up here lately. Homosexuality in the church. How do we feel about it? Should we feel like it this or should we feel like this? But then my thing is with the church, what is the church doing for the community? Period. We're not.
Are they feeding folk, or are they buying? We buying mink coats for the first lady, and we sending the pastor on trips, and and folks that's giving their last to tithe and offer, that they think that seed offering is going to take them out of poverty, when they not even realizing all of the money that they done got. They ain't even fed their kids. They send to the church praying that God gonna bless them. And God steady telling you, I need you to have common sense. And this is my biggest thing with a lot of pastors that's sitting up here having all these offerings. I need you to believe the stuff you peddling. You have faith, then stand on it and wait for the money to come. If you believe in miracles, you doing God's work, let it happen. Let God take care of you if that's what you believe.
So,
for real believe, or is it just what you peddling to keep that cash flow coming in?
There is a woman that I know personally. She is, I'm trying to tell this story without revealing too much. But anyway, she lives in Texas and she's transgender.
Okay.
She's a transgender woman. She lives in Texas. And so she's prostitute. She prostituted. She's been prostituting for years. For
Okay.
years. And so a few months ago, she went out and she made some money. And she stopped by this lady's house and she gave the money to the lady and told the lady, I want to give this in church. It's $35. That was all
Mhm.
she had. She had worked all night. Now, I don't know if that's all she made throughout the night, but I do know that she gave $35 in church. She gave
Yeah.
it to a woman that was going to church, and this woman took it to the church and she told them, this is from such and such. So everybody knew who such and such was.
Right.
And so my question to the woman that gave the money to the church, that was the middle person, I asked the question, what now has the church done to go back and give back to her? Has anyone stopped by her house and said, are you hungry? Has anyone stopped and saw her while she was walking down the street and said, hey, how you doing today? Or do we still just drive by and frown up our nose at her and look down at her because we know that A, she's transgender, and
Hmm.
B, she's a prostitute, and C, most people think that she's an outcast. But here it is, this woman has taken her last and brought it to
Yeah.
your church,
Uh-huh.
God, believing God, and believing at the people that are inside this church that would somehow sow back into her life. What are y'all doing for this woman? What are you doing? And the woman told me, she said, I don't know what they're doing. She said, but I give her money all the time when I see her. If she asks me for it, if she's hungry, I'll feed her. If she, she's even asked me for a ride. I've taken her to the doctor a couple of times. I said, but who else in your church is doing something for this woman? Who else?
Hmm.
How many times has the pastor stopped by her house and said, hey, can I just pray with you
But
today?
they're not.
They're not. And that's the sad part
But the
about.
good, but the blessing is at least that woman is. She's showing her God through her actions because honestly, that's all the people really have to do. It's not about going to that building and getting folks together, and getting recognition and
Mhm.
taking your camera phones and taking pictures and posting all the good stuff that you done on your damn Facebook page. It's about what you do and ain't nobody watching and nobody's watching.
Mhm. I totally,
Period. And
I to-
just because it's the right damn thing to do.
it, it's one of those things to where we as people, we as church people, I being Reverend Lamont
Mhm.
is hard. It's hard because I get judged on so many different hands.
Mhm.
First of all, people will say, you say you're called to do the work of God, but you cuss, but you're a homosexual,
So,
but you do hair. Because you know what? Being a male and doing hair, there's a lot of discrimination that comes with that, especially from
mhm.
the church. But you've never stopped taking my money. You
Uh-huh.
never stopped taking my money. I've always
Mhm.
been a tither, always been a giver, but I can remember how I was treated. And so my thing is in accepting the call from God and being Reverend Lamont, my thing is I use my voice to help others to be able to stand in their truth, to be able to operate in their truth. We all
Right.
fall down. We all fall down. It's how you get up. Do you get up with your head up or do you get up with your head down? And I choose to walk with my head up. So I just hope that people will see that you can't keep judging people. You have to stop that. I know so many people that are still living in the closet.
But it's the thing. People gonna judge you.
They are.
You gotta get to the point where you say, fuck you. I'm gonna judge your ass too. Shit.
Mimi, when you tell me to say stuff, I get in trouble.
That's because you care. I don't.
I'll get an email and it has been brought to this attention. So nevertheless.
And the thing is, whoever emailing, let them sit up and line their shit up that folk know about. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's even close. Period. Everybody's out here just trying.
Just
They're
trying.
just trying to do the best they can.
We're trying to do the best we can.
And that's all you can do.
That's it. That's all.
Period.
That's it. Do your best. So what do you want to leave the people with tonight, Mimi?
Child.
We talked about a lot. So what do you want to leave the people with tonight?
What I'm going to say is be unapologetically you. Period. Live in your truth and don't give a damn what nobody got to say. Don't give a damn what they think. If you ain't sleeping with them, they ain't helping you pay bills, fuck them. And sometimes if you are, fuck them still. That's it.
That's your final thoughts?
That's what, and most of all, I'm gonna leave folks with this because I see this all the time. I get so tired of folks doing the right thing when everybody watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I get, and I granted, I know folks out here, I see it all the time on Facebook. Oh yeah, we out here, we feeding such and such, we out here feeding the homeless, and they got the cameras all in people's face. Nobody wants the lowest moment of their life highlighted. Sometimes before you go and do stuff, before you go say something or do something nasty to somebody, put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if this person did this to you? And after you think about how you would feel, then react. And hopefully that reaction or that deed, whatever you about to do, is going to be done differently. Mm-hmm. So I just need folks to be a lot more compassionate, a lot more understanding, and just think about, even if you ain't got to wear their shoes, just think about if you did, how it would be. And I think that's when the world will get to be a better place, when folks start to actually put themselves in other folks' situations.
I'm going to leave people with the Mustard Seed Ministry. Mimi calls me the Mustard Seed Ministry.
Yes, Lord, you are.
And so I'm going to say this: life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Don't kill someone's dreams. Don't kill that person. And don't, please, don't push a person with your mouth. Don't push them to a place to where they can't return from. But speak life into that person. Speak positive things into that person. Even if it's something that you don't agree with, find something good to say to someone.
Or don't say shit.
Or don't say nothing at all. And there's another scripture that I would like to leave you with, Galatians 6:7. And it says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever man soweth, so shall they reap. It's coming back to you. It's coming back. So be careful what you put out there. Be careful of the seeds that you sow. Be careful of how you treat people. Be careful of what you say about folks, because when it comes back to you, will you be able to walk in the shoes that you talked about that the people were walking in?
And more importantly, it might not come back to you. It might come back to somebody that you love.
So be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with your mouth. And so with that, we're going to say, follow us. Follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Facebook, and follow us on YouTube Live, In the Chair with Montee and Mimi. Listen, we love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And we speak positivity over your life on tonight and tomorrow and the days to come. Remember, we got something to say, and you should have something to say as well. Good night. Peace.
I got something to say.